Tonight, let's talk about something different, something profound. A capability once thought to belong solely to humans, woven into the very fabric of our being. The ability to create art. For centuries, art has been our most intimate mirror, reflecting not just what we see, but what we feel. It's been the language of our deepest joys, our most profound sorrows, our most desperate longings. A silent scream on canvas, a whispered hope in a melody, a timeless question etched in stone. Art has always been the fingerprint of the human soul, etched in the world for eternity. But what if that fingerprint is no longer uniquely ours? What if the brushstrokes, the melodies, the verses that stir our souls can now be conjured by something entirely devoid of a soul? By cold, calculating algorithms. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening right now in digital studios and virtual galleries all around us. So if art is a matter of the soul, can something soulless truly create it? Can it create something that resonates, something that moves us, something that speaks of a shared human experience it has never actually lived? Before we delve into the digital realm, let's pause and consider, what is art? Why has it held such a special, almost sacred place in human history? From the earliest cave paintings, where our ancestors etched their fears and dreams onto stone, to the soaring Gothic cathedrals that whispered tales of devotion and ambition, from the epic poems of antiquity that codified human myths and heroes, to the raw, visceral beauty of a modern performance piece that challenges societal norms, art has always been deeply intertwined with our humanity. It wasn't just about depicting reality, it was about transcending it. Art, at its core, is a profound form of human expression, born from the crucible of our emotions, our suffering, and our lived experiences. Think about it. A painter dips their brush into color not just to mimic a landscape, but to convey the ache of longing for a lost home, the fleeting joy of a summer day, or the quiet solitude of an empty street. It's a process of externalization, making the ineffable internal world accessible to others. It's an invitation to see the world not just through the artist's eyes, but through their heart and their history. Art allows us to communicate complex feelings and ideas that often fail to capture. It's the silent language of empathy, resonating across time and culture, allowing us to connect with minds and souls long gone. A musician crafts a melody, not merely a sequence of notes, but a symphony of heartbreak, the triumphant surge of hope, or the chaotic rhythm of a bustling city. Every crescendo, every diminuendo, every dissonance and harmony carries the weight of a lived experience. It's the sound of a human spirit wrestling with its own existence, trying to articulate something universal. A writer weaves words, not just to tell a story, but to explore the labyrinthine corridors of the human mind, to articulate the unspoken fears, the hidden desires, the universal truths that bind us all. Art is a reflection, an attempt to make the invisible inner world, with all its complexities and contradictions, visible and tangible to others. It allows us to process our own experiences by witnessing their reflection in someone else's creation.
Furthermore, true creativity often emerges from a place of struggle, of profound questioning, of unrelentless search for meaning. The ancient Greeks believed in muses, divine sources of inspiration. But in reality, inspiration often strikes amidst chaos. The chaos of a broken heart, the chaos of societal upheaval, the chaos of existential dread. It's about making sense of the senseless, finding beauty in the broken, and creating order from disorder. The artist, in a way, is an alchemist, transforming personal narratives, the first blush of love, the devastating loss of a loved one, the moments of paralyzing self-doubt, the exhilarating triumph over adversity, into something universal and enduring. These are not merely data points, they are the raw, unquantifiable material of what makes us human. Art then becomes a testament to our collective journey, a shared understanding forged in empathy. It's a bridge between souls, built from shared experiences that transcend language and culture. Consider the works born from times of war, oppression, or personal tragedy. Picasso's Guernica is not just a painting, it's a visceral scream against the atrocities of war, born from a deep human response to suffering. Frida Kahlo's self-portraits are not just images, they are raw, unfiltered expressions of her physical pain, emotional turmoil, and indomitable spirit. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, composed while he was nearly deaf, transcends mere musical notes. It's a testament to the triumph of the human spirit over adversity, a jubilant celebration of brotherhood. These works resonate so deeply precisely because they are infused with the unquantifiable human element, the struggle, the resilience, the passion, the vulnerability. They remind us of our shared humanity, our capacity for both immense suffering and boundless hope. Beyond personal expression, art serves as a powerful form of dialogue and social commentary. It has always challenged the status quo, pushed boundaries, and held a mirror up to society, revealing its flaws and contradictions. From satirical caricatures to protest songs, from politically charged murals to performance art that confronts discomfort, art provokes thought, sparks conversation, and can even ignite social change. It's not always meant to be beautiful or pleasing. Sometimes its purpose is to disturb, to question, to make us uncomfortable, to force us to see truths we'd rather ignore. Can an AI which lacks a political consciousness, a sense of justice, or an experience of oppression truly create art that serves this critical transformative function? Can it understand the nuances of satire, the sting of irony, or the profound sorrow of social inequality in a way that truly moves us to action, rather than merely recognizing the patterns of such art? So here's the unsettling question that echoes in our digital age. If an artificial intelligence has never known the sting of betrayal, the warmth of a mother's embrace, the crushing weight of grief, or the exhilarating rush of falling in love, what can it truly paint? What depth can it possibly convey? If its creations are merely statistical amalgamations of human-made art derived from patterns and algorithms, can they carry the raw, authentic resonance of genuine human experience? Does a beautiful image crafted by AI speak to our soul, or merely to our algorithms of aesthetic appreciation? It's a question that strikes at the very heart of what we believe art to be, a uniquely human endeavor, a testament to our consciousness, our existence, and our profound capacity to feel.
And yet, despite our profound definitions of art rooted in human experience, the digital revolution has unveiled an astonishing new player: artificial intelligence. Just a few short years ago, the idea of a machine creating art felt like a distant dream, a staple of science fiction movies. Now, it's not just a possibility, it's a burgeoning reality. With sophisticated tools like dall-e, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion for visual art, ChatGPT for text and poetry, and Suno or Iva for music, AI is no longer merely processing data or performing calculations. It's crafting intricate visuals, composing complex musical pieces, writing compelling narratives, and even sculpting digital forms with an alarming ease. The machines are not only learning to mimic, they are learning to create in ways that challenge our very understanding of the term. How does this miraculous yet unsettling process happen? It's not magic, but it feels close to it. These AI models, specifically deep learning neural networks, are trained on unfathomably vast datasets, literally millions upon millions of existing artworks, photographs, texts, musical compositions, and human designs. Imagine an AI as an insatiable student,
devouring every single brushstroke of a Rembrandt, every chord progression of a Beethoven symphony, every poetic nuance of a Shakespeare sonnet. It doesn't understand them in the human sense of emotional comprehension or lived context. Instead, it identifies intricate patterns, correlations, styles, and aesthetic principles within this immense ocean of data. It learns what makes a painting look like a Van Gogh, the swirling brushstrokes, the vibrant colors, the unique light capture, or what makes a melody sound like a Mozart, the harmonic structures, the melodic contours, the classical phrasing. Then, when you, the human operator, provide the AI with a prompt, a simple text command like a dystopian cityscape in the style of Edward Hopper, or a jazz piece about solitude in the rain, the AI doesn't just copy what it's seen. It leverages its learned understanding of these patterns and elements. It takes all those absorbed styles and recombinations and generates something entirely new, yet eerily familiar. It's like a super intelligent remix artist, capable of generating an infinite number of variations in styles based on its colossal training set. The sheer speed and versatility are breathtaking. What would take a human artist weeks, months, or even years to master and execute, AI can conjure in mere seconds, presenting multiple high-quality options from a single prompt. Consider this brief visual story to illustrate the paradox. Imagine a prompt given, a portrait of an old man through the eyes of Rembrandt. In an instant, the AI generates a portrait. The characteristic brushstrokes are there, the dramatic chiaroscuro lighting, the somber realism, the subtle textures of aging skin. It looks uncannily like a Rembrandt. But is it? Has the AI experienced the profound insights into human character that Rembrandt gleaned from his own life, his triumphs and tragedies, his deep observations of the human condition? Or is it merely a breathtaking arrangement of pixels, synthesized from countless Rembrandt paintings, without the human hand that painstakingly mixed the pigments, without the life experiences that etched the lines onto Rembrandt's own soulful face? This takes us back to the question of authenticity. The AI-generated piece has the aesthetics, the visual language, but does it possess the soul, the genuine human story behind it? It's a simulation of human artistry, a hyper-real reflection of something that was once deeply human. The initial wonder at the technical prowess quickly gives way to a profound ethical and existential debate. What does it mean for art when a machine can replicate and even surpass human skill in mere moments? Where do we, with our messy, unpredictable, and deeply personal experiences, fit into this new artistic landscape? When these AI art generators first broke into the mainstream, there was widespread awe and excitement. "This is miraculous," people exclaimed. "Imagine the possibilities, art accessible to everyone, new forms of expression for the masses." Indeed, for many, it still feels like a miracle, a revolutionary tool that democratizes creativity. Someone with no artistic training can now, through a simple text prompt, create a visually stunning masterpiece. This opens up new avenues for self-expression, allowing individuals to visualize their dreams, articulate complex ideas visually, and bypass traditional barriers to artistic creation. However, very quickly, a more unsettling question began to surface. But is this ours? Is this truly human creation? The initial wonder gave way to a profound ethical and existential debate. The democratization of art also came with a hidden cost. If anyone can generate art effortlessly, does it devalue the years of dedication, the mastery of craft, and the unique vision of trained artists? If the output is so easy, does it diminish the appreciation for the painstaking human process? This isn't just about economic competition, it's about existential validation. It's about the erosion of the perceived value of human effort, passion, and unique lived experience. And this brings us to the very real, very palpable crisis among artists worldwide. For centuries, the artist's journey has been one of immense dedication, tireless skill acquisition, deep emotional investment, and often profound struggle. It's a path less chosen, demanding sacrifice and an unwavering passion for creation. Now, many feel that their life's work, their unique voice, their very purpose is suddenly under an unprecedented threat. Why are artists, from seasoned veterans to emerging talents, so anxious? It's not just about job security, though that's a deeply pressing and immediate concern. It's about a crisis of authenticity, a fundamental challenge to the very definition of their craft, and a potential devaluation of their unique human contribution. Imagine pouring 10 years of your life into mastering a particular style of painting, refining your technique until it becomes an extension of your soul, developing your unique voice that speaks volumes without words. You spend countless hours in solitude, endure crippling artistic blocks, face financial hardship, grapple with self-doubt, all driven by an undeniable, almost spiritual love for your art. You might spend days agonizing over a single brushstroke, or weeks perfecting a composition, all to convey a specific emotion or idea. Then an AI comes along, and with a few text prompts, it generates a piece in your style or a hybrid of styles in 10 seconds. It's faster, arguably more perfect in its execution, able to generate a multitude of variations with ease, and costs virtually nothing to produce at scale. The immediate gut-wrenching reaction for many artists is, I spent 10 years, the AI did it in 10 seconds. What was it all for? This isn't just about economic competition, although that's a terrifying prospect where commissions dry up and demand for human-made art plummets. It's about existential validation. It's about the erosion of the perceived value of human effort, passion, unique lived experience, and the very soul poured into creation. If the process is effortless for a machine, does it diminish the value of the human struggle? If the output looks the same, does the journey matter? These are questions that strike deep into the artist's identity and sense of purpose.
Then there's the thorny issue of originality. Critics of AI art often point out that it, quote, steals from existing human art. AI models are trained on unfathomably vast data sets that include copyrighted material, often without explicit permission or compensation to the original creators. This sparks heated legal and ethical debates. Is it truly creation or just highly sophisticated plagiarism? Major artists and art organizations are already taking legal action against AI companies for using their work without consent. This isn't just about fair use, it's about intellectual property rights in a new digital frontier. Some argue everything is stolen from somewhere anyway. Indeed, human artists are influenced by, build upon, and often reinterpret the works of those who came before them. Art history is a continuous dialogue across generations, a tapestry woven from countless threads of inspiration. But there's a fundamental difference, a crucial distinction that separates human influence from AI replication. Human artists absorb, process, and re-express through the filter of their unique consciousness, their lived experiences, their emotional landscape. They transform, interpret, and inject a piece of their unique self into the new creation. AI, on the other hand, processes data. It rearranges pixels and patterns based on statistical likelihoods, not personal revelations. So, what is originality in this new context? If AI can generate infinite variations of a style, does originality become about the prompt, the human intention behind the AI's use? Or is it fundamentally lost when the creator has no lived experience? If an AI can generate a painting in the style of Van Gogh, Is it truly original or merely a derivative echo? The concept of true originality, the unique, singular vision of a human mind, is under unprecedented scrutiny. AI can certainly mimic human aesthetic preferences with breathtaking precision. It can generate beautiful compositions, harmonious colors, captivating forms, and intricate details that rival the masters. It has an aesthetic, it has a look, a style, but it has no experience. It doesn't know the ache of loneliness, the ecstasy of love, the confusion of grief, the struggle of doubt, the joy of achievement, or the quiet comfort of companionship. It doesn't possess the capacity for empathy, irony, or self-reflection in the human sense. If art is, as we defined earlier, a reflection of the inner world, what is AI reflecting? Data points? Statistical patterns? Or the hollow echo of human experiences it has merely observed from afar, quantified, and recombined? What then is truly missing from AI art? Many would argue it's the very soul, the unquantifiable human touch, the genuine, messy, beautiful truth of lived experience. It can produce something beautiful to look at, but can it make us feel in the profound, transformative way true human art does? Can it capture the zeitgeist of an era through lived experience, or just by analyzing existing data of previous zeitgeists? This absence of lived experience prevents AI from truly understanding the nuances of human emotion, the complexities of human relationships, or the raw, unfiltered authenticity that makes human art so compelling.
Beyond the existential and ethical concerns, there's a practical fear, a shift in the perceived value of artistic labor. If an AI can produce a logo, a piece of concept art, or even a short animation in minutes, does it mean that human artists become mere prompt engineers or curators of AI output, rather than originators? Does their role become that of a filter, selecting the best AI-generated pieces rather than creating from scratch? This redefinition of the artist's role is not universally accepted and presents a formidable challenge to traditional artistic education and career path. The market might prioritize speed and cost-effectiveness over originality and human touch, leaving many artists feeling displaced and devalued. This profound question of what's missing in AI art leads us to the heart of another, even more fundamental inquiry. What truly lies at the core of human creativity? It's not just about skill or technique, though those are undeniably crucial and require immense dedication. It's about something far more intrinsic, something deeply woven into our consciousness, our very being, our unique human condition. It's the stark, unbridgeable difference between AI's synthetic intelligence and humanity's messy, beautiful, and often painful existential inquiry. AI can predict what kind of art will be aesthetically pleasing based on countless examples. It can learn the mathematical patterns of harmony in music or the psychological impact of certain color palettes. It can even generate text that sounds empathetic or wise. But can it suffer? Can it experience the bittersweet joy of nostalgia, the burning resentment of injustice, the profound emptiness after loss, or the all-consuming fire of passionate love? No. AI simulates understanding and emotion through data analysis and pattern recognition. It doesn't feel them. It doesn't live a human life, doesn't make human mistakes, or feel the human heartbreak, doesn't yearn for connection or despair in isolation. Our emotions aren't just chemical reactions. They are the vibrant, often chaotic tapestry of our lived experience. They drive us, break us, heal us, and ultimately inform our creative output. An AI cannot understand the profound meaning of a lullaby sung by a mother to her child, because it has no concept of motherhood, no memory of being nurtured, no capacity for unconditional love. It can generate a technically perfect lullaby, but it will lack the ineffable tenderness, the gentle warmth that comes from a parent's genuine affection. This fundamental inability to feel means AI art, no matter how technically brilliant, remains an echo chamber of human emotion rather than an origin point. Human creativity, on the other hand, is intimately fed by our internal chaos, our traumas, our boundless capacity for love, and our inescapable loneliness. These aren't just abstract concepts, they are the visceral, raw materials from which true art often springs. Consider the artists who channel their battle with mental illness onto canvas, creating visuals that externalize their inner turmoil. This art isn't just about depiction, it's about catharsis, a desperate attempt to find form and voice for the formless and voiceless aspects of the self. A painter wrestling with depression might channel that darkness onto canvas, creating a piece that resonates with millions who have felt similar shadows, offering validation and shared understanding. Or think of art born from collective trauma, the music that emerges from a generation scarred by war, the poetry written in the shadow of injustice, the plays that grapple with societal prejudice. These works are powerful because they are imbued with collective memory, shared pain, and the resilience of the human spirit. And AI, having no experience of war, no memory of injustice, no capacity for collective healing, can only ever analyze the patterns of such art. It can never truly understand the deep-seated motivations, the burning desires for change, or the profound sorrow that forged those creations. It cannot truly become a witness or a participant in the human narrative. A musician who has experienced profound heartache might compose a melody so poignant it brings tears to the eyes of strangers across continents. A writer who has battled addiction might craft a narrative so brutally honest it becomes a beacon of hope for others struggling because it captures the raw, unflinching truth of that experience. These aren't merely inputs that lead to outputs, they are deep, transformative experiences that shape the artist's worldview, their perception, their very being. The art created from this crucible carries a weight, a resonance, an undeniable authenticity that mere replication, no matter how perfect, cannot achieve. This is why some artworks are not merely beautiful, they are shattering. They shake us to our core, not primarily because of their technical perfection, but because they speak a truth about the human condition that we instinctively recognize. They tap into a collective unconscious, a shared pool of experience, proving that we are not alone in our deepest struggles and triumphs. They are echoes of the soul, vibrating through time and space. The sacred quality of art, its ability to move us to tears or inspire us to greatness, stems from this shared humanity. It's the implicit understanding that the artist, despite their unique individual story, has touched upon a universal chord that resonates within us. AI can analyze millions of masterpieces and learn their stylistic components, but it cannot truly feel the existential weight of a Rembrandt portrait, the revolutionary fervor of a Picasso, or the quiet desperation in a Hopper painting. These qualities are born from the messy, unpredictable, and often painful reality of being human, something AI cannot access.
So, where do we go from here? As we stand at the precipice of this new technological era, the question looms large. Is AI an existential threat to art, destined to replace human creators entirely? Or merely a powerful new tool in the artist's ever-expanding arsenal? Is it a hostile takeover or a potential collaborator? The answer, as with most profound questions about our future, is likely not a simple either-or, but a complex both-and, demanding careful consideration and conscious choices from humanity.
The initial fear among many artists was that AI would become a direct competitor, generating art that is indistinguishable from human work, thus rendering human artists obsolete. Indeed, AI can now produce images, music, and text that are technically brilliant, aesthetically pleasing, and often generated in seconds. If the end product looks the same, why pay a human artist for months of work? This reductive view, however, misses the crucial element of intention, context, and the human narrative that we discussed earlier. Many view AI not as a competitor, but as a sophisticated tool. Just as the invention of photography didn't kill painting, but rather pushed it towards new forms of expression like impressionism and abstract art, AI might force human artists to redefine their roles and focus on what only they can provide. Instead of spending hours on technical execution, artists could leverage AI to rapidly prototype ideas, explore countless variations, or generate background elements. This frees up the human artist to focus on what they do best: the conceptual depth, the emotional core, the narrative, the intention. This might usher in a new era of art, where the lines between creator and tool become even more blurred. It's a period where conceptual depth meets unprecedented technical mastery. Perhaps a true genius in this new age won't be the one who generates the most technically perfect image, but the one who crafts the most meaningful prompt, the one who asks the most profound questions to the AI, or the one who takes the AI's output and imbues it with a human narrative that elevates it beyond mere pixels. AI art might not kill art. It might initiate its most significant transformation yet, forcing us to redefine what creation truly means. This shift is already giving rise to fascinating examples of collaboration between humans and AI and art, blossoming into a new artistic frontier. We see musicians using AI algorithms not to replace their composition, but to generate novel melodic phrases, complex harmonic progressions, or experimental sonic textures, which they then refine, arrange, and infuse with their own human emotion and narrative intent. It's not the AI composing the entire symphony, but perhaps suggesting a beautiful, unexpected motif that the human composer then builds an entire world around. In visual arts, artists are employing AI as a sophisticated brush, a dynamic collage tool, or even a sparring partner for brainstorming. They might use AI to generate base images, then paint over them, sculpt them digitally, or combine them with traditional media, exploring new textures, forms, and compositions that would be impossible or exceedingly time-consuming to create manually. Similarly, writers are using AI to brainstorm plot ideas, generate character descriptions, or even draft initial versions of scenes, which they then meticulously edit, imbue with emotional depth, and polish with their unique voice. This collaborative approach suggests that AI isn't replacing human creativity, but augmenting it, pushing its boundaries, and enabling new forms of expression we haven't even imagined yet. This might usher in a new, exciting era of art, where the traditional lines between creator and tool become even more blurred, but in a productive way. It's a period where profound conceptual depth, human intentionality, and emotional resonance meet unprecedented technical mastery. Perhaps the true genius in this new age won't be the one who generates the most technically perfect image, but the one who crafts the most meaningful prompt, the one who asks the most profound questions to the AI, or the one who takes the AI's aesthetically pleasing but soulless output and imbues it with a human narrative that elevates it beyond mere pixels or notes. AI art might not kill art, it might initiate its most significant transformation yet, forcing us to redefine what creation truly means and where the true value lies. This redefinition could push art beyond mere imitation or technical skill, demanding greater conceptual rigor from human artists. If a machine can perfectly replicate reality or blend styles flawlessly, what is left for the human artist? Perhaps it is to create art that is fundamentally about being human, art that questions, that makes us feel deeply, that challenges our perceptions,
that expresses the ineffable aspects of consciousness. It pushes us to prioritize the why over the how, the what it means over the what it looks like.
However, we must also acknowledge the inherent dangers and the more insidious threat that AI poses. The real threat might not be that AI becomes a better artist than us. The real threat is if society, if humanity, no longer desires creativity born from authentic human experience. If we become so accustomed to the instant gratification, the endless variations, and the readily available perfection of AI-generated content, that we lose our appreciation for the messy, imperfect, deeply human process of creation. If the value of art becomes solely about its aesthetic appeal or its marketability, rather than its capacity to reflect and stir the human soul, if we stop valuing the struggle, the vulnerability, the unique perspective, and the raw, unfiltered emotional truth that only a sentient, feeling being can offer. If our hunger for instant, polished content eclipses our capacity for patience, for engagement with imperfect human works, then the very wellspring of human creativity might dry up. If we no longer find intrinsic value in the unique, irreplaceable journey of an artist, but only in the final, flawless product, then art will indeed lose its soul, not because AI took it, but because we stopped valuing what made it human in the first place. In a world flooded with algorithmically perfected art, the truly precious pieces might, paradoxically, become those that unmistakably bear the mark of human struggle, human triumph, human feeling, those created with intent, passion, and the messy beauty of lived experience. Perhaps AI will, in the end, make us appreciate our own messy, beautiful, irreplaceable humanity even more deeply, forcing us to cherish the very qualities it can never replicate.
So, as we contemplate this brave new world where machines dream in pixels and algorithms compose symphonies, we must revisit the grand question we asked at the beginning of this video. If art is a matter of the soul, can something soulless truly create it? Perhaps the answer lies not in how well AI can imitate, but in what we as humans choose to value. Yes, AI can generate astonishing aesthetics, but it has not journeyed to the deep, messy, unpredictable labyrinth of human experience, of pain, love, tragedy, and exhilaration. This lived experience is precisely what lies at the core of true art. The artist's crisis is less about the fear of job loss and more about the questioning of their very existential meaning. Yet, perhaps the rise of AI is a catalyst, forcing us to cling more tightly to our own humanity, to the true source of our creativity. The future will be a dance between human and machine. AI can be an invaluable tool, generating endless variations, providing speed and efficiency. But that final touch, that story, that emotional weight, that will always come from the human. Because a true creator is not merely one who produces, but one who possesses purpose, who can suffer, who can feel, who can question, and who strives to make sense of this complex world. The authentic value of art stems not from its pixels or notes, but from the resonance it awakens in the human soul. So, the dream you see tonight, that unique, unfiltered, authentic experience that only your mind can create, yes, perhaps that too is a work of art. And what will ensure art never dies is not the machines, but our enduring human desire to continue dreaming, to find meaning, and to share those dreams with one another. Good night.